Sister? Sister, where are you? I have some excellent news to tell you.
Dukhi, it's you. You look so happy. Sit down. Sit down. I'll get you some tea and then you can tell me the good news.
Sister, last time I was so distressed because of the money issue that I forgot to tell you. I discussed your suggestions with my husband on cutting down the expenses for Rukmani's marriage. He agreed that renting a hall would be too expensive. So we have decided to do it outdoors within the community. Also, we decided on 5 dishes for the menu. And now we can get Rukmani married off comfortably in 45,000 rupees. And I went with Manohar and opened an account in the nearby bank. I am just coming from the bank after depositing 1,400 rupees that I saved in the last 7 days. I'm so excited.
This is great news, Dukhi. If you continue to save like this, in a few years you won't need to run to the money lender in case of emergencies. But remember to pay off the money lender first, before saving for any future goals. Also, first week of savings is always easy and most of the people are able to save as they had planned. But once you realize that you have some money in the bank, you may be tempted to withdraw from your savings when you see your friend buy a nice set of bangles or for some celebrations. So, you would need to be strict with yourself. Think about your petty shop and promise yourself that you will not touch the deposited money unless there is an absolute emergency. The best place to put your savings that you don't want to touch is a fixed deposit. You also make more interest if you put your money in that account, but you should not take the money out. Don't give up too soon on the savings plan and continue to save bit by bit until it becomes a habit for you.
You are right, sister. I want my son to get a college degree and now Ramesh wants to invest in an auto, so I will not use the saved money and would manage in the remaining income amount. Sister, now tell me about Saraswati. All week I could only think about her.
Well, as I told you, Saraswati's husband had a fatal accident and died, leaving Saraswati in huge debt with the money lender. Saraswati started working as a housemaid. She was honest and worked hard. A lady at whose house Saraswati worked came to know of Saraswati's problems. She told Saraswati about the microfinance institution, MFI, that she worked at. She told Saraswati that MFI worked to give loans and help women like her. But to get the loan, Saraswati had to form a group of women who were facing similar problems and who knew and trusted each other. Saraswati and 4 of her friends joined an MFI, and with their help, all the 5 women have paid off their debts and now they're living respectably.
Sister, have you also taken loans from an MFI?
Yes, even I am part of an MFI called Ujjivan. Tell me, Dukhi, how much interest does the moneylender charge you?
He charges us 10% per month, sister.
The MFIs usually charge around 1.5% interest per month on any loans I borrow from them. So, if I take a loan of 10,000 rupees from Ujjivan, I only have to pay 1.5% interest every month. I have a set loan tenure of 12 months and I pay back 955 rupees every month, which includes the interest. But moneylenders will charge you a 10% interest on the 10,000 rupees you have borrowed till you pay him the whole amount. So you will be paying 1,000 rupees every month, but you will only be paying the interest till you can pay off the 10,000 rupees. While in the MFI, you are paying off the interest as well as the amount you have borrowed.
Oh, that means I could be just paying the moneylender for a long time if I cannot pay him rupees 10,000, and that means I could be paying more than 100% interest?
Yes, Dukhi. It is very important that when you borrow, you understand the terms carefully. There are several questions you should ask before taking out a loan. You should make sure that you know how much interest you will have to pay, how often you will have to make payments, and how large those payments will be. You should also find out how long you will have to make those payments before you are done paying off the loan.
Those are important things to know.
Yes, and there are even more details. Many MFIs and banks will offer loans that come with fees that you must pay in the beginning, and some will even offer you insurance as part of the loan.
I understand fees, but how does the insurance work?
That is a very good question, sister. In Ujjivan, part of the insurance amount is used to pay off your pending loan, and the remaining amount is paid to your family to help them manage the loss of a family member. The good part about Ujjivan is that they insist on both beneficiary and spouse insurance, but the details are different with each loan, so it is important to ask.
I never realized that loans could come with insurance. There are so many details.
Yes, but now that you know to ask these questions, you will be able to control exactly what type of loan you choose. To help, I have a list of these questions written in my financial diary.
I should have known that we would use the diary for loans as well.
That's right. The diary contains a special slot on the third page where you record all the information for each loan you have taken. You record the money that you received from the loan on the first table and the weekly repayments that you're making on the second table.
Those are incomes and expenses like we already recorded, right?
Very good, sister. You are right. We add together all the weekly installments for a month and include that in monthly expenses. We also include the loan amount as a monthly income.
You have mentioned loans from MFIs and moneylenders. But sister, are there any options from where I can get a loan?
Yes, Dukhi. You could take a loan from the moneylender or MFI or become a member of a self-help group, SHG, which comprises of around 10 to 20 women. If you have relatives and family members who can lend you some money, you can borrow from them. Another option to borrow money is from a registered chit fund group, of which you can become a member. If your employer can lend out some money to you, then you can request them for some loan. If you have some jewelry, property or some other asset that you can put on mortgage, then you can pawn them to borrow some money in return.
Sister, I never knew there were so many options available to borrow money from.
Yes, there are many options available and they each have advantages and disadvantages. Money lenders and pawn brokers will provide loans immediately, and they are often willing to provide loans in situations where MFIs won't. In an emergency, it may be necessary to use their services. But both charge very high rates of interest, and money lenders may threaten with violence if you are unable to make payments. Pawn brokers require jewelry or valuables as security, which they will take and sell if you can't repay.
Yes, sister, I have seen such an incident once. Gayatri, my neighbor, had borrowed some money from a moneylender for buying some jewelry and celebrate Diwali in a grand way. But then she was unable to return the money to the moneylender. And one day, 2 goons came to their house, beat up her husband and took her jewelry. They let him go only after Gayatri begged them and promised them that she would get the money and would pay the moneylender the next day. Gayatri then borrowed money from another moneylender and paid off the first one. Now she is struggling to pay off the second moneylender and has taken another loan to pay for her husband's medical bills. She's always afraid that moneylenders' men will come and beat them if they do not pay quickly. These options sound risky to me. What about the self-help groups and chit funds?
Community options like SHGs and chit funds may be a convenient way to take a loan, and they may also offer superior interest rates. However, in many cases they are unorganized, which can lead to members paying more than what they owe on loans. Sometimes the leader or members of the group run away with the money. Because of this, they can be a dangerous way to get a loan. No matter how you choose to get a loan, it is important that you use the loan for a productive purpose. One should not borrow money to buy household items or for celebrating birthdays or festivals. If one wants to buy new furniture or celebrate a wedding, one should work extra hours, save as I taught you last week, pay off pending loans, and then use the money for any unproductive purposes. In your story, Gayatri borrowed money for jewelry, which was her first mistake. She should have worked hard to pay off her debt, but she couldn't because she had borrowed more money that she couldn't earn and pay back. On top of that, she made another mistake. She borrowed from another moneylender to pay off the first one, and then she took another loan. One should borrow money only for emergencies and should not take another loan before the first one has been paid off. I made that same mistake, but after my labor work during the day, I would do some tailoring in the night and only borrowed for a cycle that would help me and my husband get to work, so we didn't have to pay for transport. Dukhi, I hope you have realized the disadvantages of bad borrowing and bad debt.
I have understood, sister. Sister, I was thinking if I can borrow money from an MFI and then pay off the moneylender, can I do that?
Dukhi, MFIs do not give individual loans to newly joined customers. They only give loans to a group of women who know and trust each other. So you need to find a group. Also, if the loan that you have taken from the moneylender is too huge, then MFIs cannot give you that much amount as a loan. All MFIs also contribute loan history information on all their customers to a government licensed body called Credit Bureau. The Bureau collects this information from all banks, MFIs and other loan providers. Before lending, MFIs check customers' loan history with the Bureau and will not give loans to people who have too much debt or have not repaid their old loans. Borrowing from a source that charges less interest and using that money to pay the moneylender who is charging you such a high interest is a good idea, but you must ensure you use that money for that purpose. Please also remember, you should not miss your loan repayments to the MFI. You should save, work extra hours, make extra money and should pay off the loan.
Sister, what happens if you're unable to pay back the MFI's loan?
Do you know, Dukhi, it happened to me once. I had just joined an MFI with a group of women and I had taken some 10,000 rupees from the MFI for repairing the roof that had fallen down because of excessive rain. Then Rupesh, my son, insisted on a birthday party and we couldn't say no to him. So we threw a huge birthday party and invited all his friends and all family members. We spent around 5,000 rupees on his birthday and bought a cycle worth 3,000 rupees and used the remaining for roof repair. But then the contractor used bad material and the roof caved in again in the next rain. I took another loan of 6,000 rupees from another MFI and as my luck would have it, I fell ill shortly so couldn't go to work. I was unable to earn and pay back the loan amount and I started missing my payments to the MFI. I became so depressed that I lost interest in my life. My group sisters helped me pay 2 pending installments and then together we went to the MFI and told them my problem. They extended my loan tenure and asked me to pay lesser installments. Had I gone to the MFI and group members earlier, I would have received counseling and wouldn't have wasted so much time worrying. I'm very grateful to my group members for helping and supporting me, as well as Ujjivan's branch staff for understanding my situation. If I had been unable to repay, then the Credit Bureau would have blacklisted me so that I could never take out a loan again until I repaid the previous loan.
Oh sister, I never knew you went through so much trouble.
I didn't want to worry you, so I didn't tell you. But we all go through problems like this and we should help each other out.
Okay sister, I will go now. Have too much work to do and have to do Rukmani's marriage shopping. I will send you an invitation. It is simple, but I think you will like it. You have to come to the wedding and all the functions.
Oh, I will definitely come for the ceremonies, Dukhi.
Dukhi left and in 2 months celebrated a simple and nice wedding for Rukmini in around 40,000 rupees. She also joined Ujjivan and paid off the moneylenders. She refuses to borrow from any unknown source and only borrows for things that will make her earn money or for her son's education. She keeps her accounts in her diary and does not spend on items she does not require immediately. She is saving for her petty shop and hopes to start it within the year.